However, Santa comes over and he has a magical time, right? And he does the typical Santa thing, but we'll look for a Santa that's a Christian Santa.
Has to be.
Right? So a Santa that says, hey, this is not about me. This is about Christ. And so he comes and he first, does like a magic show of some kind. There's always a funny one. Like the first one we had, Santa Ken, this big jolly guy. He was in our congregation and he was starting off clausing and stuff. And we're like, hey, why don't you come on over and test it out on the kids? But
we'll be your guinea pigs and we'll take pictures because we're cool with that.
Yeah. So he was actually my mechanic, which is also very cool. We'll kind of get back to that in a second, but he came over and he had an amputee. So his right leg was amputated, years back after an accident. And so the story that he would tell as to why Santa is limping is like, oh, well, Rudolph keeps stepping on my foot, and all that other stuff. So they always made it magical. They always make it very interesting. But from the very first time we said it, we said, okay, this is what we want you to do. I want you to challenge the kids or otherwise invite the children to help him help others have a Merry Christmas. Right? So their job, as whether it's, they're a captain elf, a special elf, or whether they are just an invited from Santa Claus, to think of others this Christmas, make your own list of those that you can pray for, a list of those that you can help, right? And make sure you help others have a Merry Christmas. So that then the rest of the season is pointed in the right direction. And the kids are pointed in the right direction, right? And it's also expected from the parents that you're going to do things for others like angel trees and, dropping off your cookies and, visiting others and all that other stuff. So you're always pointing, because Santa already came. Now, there's some other things that are kind of magical about that too, especially since I remember one day after we had done that, we were in church and it was like the next week. And William, he was really young, and so he was always really short. He could never really see above. But when he was
standing on the pew.
Yeah, he was standing on the pew next to me, and I remember, I don't remember if he like said anything, but I remember looking back, and he was like, he had this really big look on his face, like whoa, and I was like, what? And I like turn around, and oh yeah, there's Ken. He's two rows down, and he's winking at William. And that week he had gone and made his beard. He had dyed his beard white and dyed his hair white because it's usually gray, but he dyed it really white, and he really got into Santa that week. And William's like,
"It's Santa.
Yeah,
he goes to my church.
He goes to my church." But what makes that powerful and important is because, as the kids get older, they notice that the Santas change. So William is now 11, so he gets it. And he gets it naturally. He doesn't have to be told.
Well, it was even him this morning when we were going over, the 12 days of Christmas. And he said, yeah, Santa is the representation of the spirit of Christmas. It's not Santa himself. And I thought this year's Santa did a fantastic job.